we have to talk about Trump being indicted and facing 34
Yeah,
felony
and I
counts
guess technically being under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm not sure, but I might have lost a bet on those grounds alone. I need to go back with,
A bet with
my
who?
friend
With
Mitty.
me, or
It would be with Mitty,
okay?
because I have a few scattered around, but I need to go back through the chat logs and see exactly what we said the bet was, and I made 2 or 3, but his arrest might make me owe Mitty $100 because I never really thought that would happen. However, I may have literally quantified handcuffs, which I don't think ever happened.
And, might get the $100.
And so because there was a point when I surrendered myself to the U.S. Marshals, and but they didn't put me in handcuffs or anything. They just said, like, waved a wand over me. You're under arrest now. It was like one of those. And then that's kind of what they did to Trump. So that's kind of a different
My understanding is no to handcuffs, no to mugshots, yes to fingerprints.
They weighed him.
Oh, he finally made it to 270. Right?
Damn.
He couldn't do it in 2022, but he got 270 on the scale.
You know what the Democrats are like, Woody? They're like that kid who finds out Santa Claus ain't real in kindergarten, and they can't wait to tell everybody that he's 270 pounds and his hands are little, and no, he's not a billionaire. No, he's not. He's not. They just want to ruin it for the rest of us. All of us.
Look,
Santa's sitting there in court.
Gloves.
This is like Miracle on 34th Street. I hope they bring like bag after bag of letters written to Donald Trump.
Dude, let's start it. Let's write letters to Trump.
Oh man, I bet nobody's getting this.
Hey Trump, I think you're pretty cool. You didn't respond to my last letter. Write it like that Eminem song.
Truly yours.
Truly yours.
So I understand the charges against him. And I feel like a lot of people don't. I can lay it out hopefully in under a minute. Here's the scoop. He has hush money payments, which are legal, right? Heck, I'm under 2 NDAs right now. Stories I wish I could tell the show. But sometimes you pay people to keep their fucking mouth shut, and there you go. That part is legal. What's illegal is he logged these as business expenses as if they were legal expenses. So he falsified his business records to make it a tax break, when in reality, these were not business expenses. Cool. That's a misdemeanor. Unless you're falsifying your business records to commit another crime, right? You know, if the falsified business records are in support of some other crime, then that can become a felony. So was it supporting another crime? Well, what they're alleged, they haven't specified the crime. They asked the brag with the DA exactly what the crime was, and he said the law doesn't require me to specify the crime yet. So that's where that is. But everyone is saying it's campaign finance fraud. Is he guilty of campaign finance fraud? Now, if you talked to me even a week ago, I would have said, nah, I don't know. Hush money payments to porn stars and different people he fucked. That could very well be outside of the campaign. That he might be doing that because he's married, because has a public image he wants to uphold. There are lots of reasons outside of running the campaign that maybe were his motivation for doing catch and release or catch and kill stories, where they'd pay, say, McDougal for the rights to her story, then never tell it. Or Stormy Daniels, where they just paid her to be quiet.
It didn't work out.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the reason that I think it was campaign finance fraud is Trump said, let's delay paying Stormy Daniels until after the election. Then we won't pay her at all because it won't matter. And I'm like, oh, shit. This wasn't about your wife or your kids finding out or anything like that. You have it in writing from Trump himself. Let's try to push this past the election, and then we just won't pay her at all. We'll stiff her on the bill. Very much on brand for Donald Trump, by the way. And so
you did.
He's guilty. He did.
You think so?
He falsified his business records. That's not under dispute, really. That's the misdemeanor. And it was about the election. That's kind of guilty too. I mean, he said if we push this off till after the election, we won't pay her at all. So Trump has falsified business records to commit campaign finance fraud. And now the question is, like,
this is like not novel to him. Like all of these fucking people say that they're going to spend stuff from their campaign money on other shit. Like it seems like after that long last, like this is what they're trying to get him on, like paying off Stormy Daniels. Like they will throw whatever at him to try and get anything to make him not able to run again. Like, obviously that's what they want. So like, it's just like this being a thing, like he paid off a porn star. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you really think that all these other people are really moral with their super PACs and their money, like it's not, he's just being targeted.
They're absolutely not. I agree. Yeah. It seems like when you give money to someone and they have like 3 million left in their campaign, it suddenly becomes theirs somehow. Like they're not allowed to spend on themselves, yet they do somehow.
Yeah, it is a slush fund that all these fuckers use to buy everything that they want. And so the idea that like, oh, we have to be so serious about this right now with this fucking porn star hush money. It's like, this is absurd. Like that.
Here's what this feels like to me. And let me just take a step back.
Yeah.
Trump's campaign financier went to prison, right? His campaign manager went to prison. Trump's accountant went to prison. Trump's attorney went to prison for this, by the way. He went to prison for this. And you can say it's not a serious crime or whatever, but when he was getting out of prison, Trump said, no. Keep him in there longer. Don't let him out. Unless he agrees not to write a book.
Yeah.
Which is you want to talk about weaponizing the government, Jim Jordan? Look inward.
Well, baby. I mean, like there's
anyway,
they all do.
His accountant, his attorney, and his campaign finance manager all went to prison. Trump is a criminal. That's hardly under dispute. But the question is this the one we get him on? It feels to me like this is getting Al Capone on tax evasion. This is getting O.J. Simpson on kidnapping. Are we happy that that's what those guys went down for?
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like they're trying anything to keep him from being able to run. That's what it seems like to me. Like they want to get something on him that precludes him from it because seemingly he's a lot more popular than the other Republican, DeSantis. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, like if the Democrats are going to lose, they would a million billion times rather DeSantis win than Trump. Like, I don't even think
the Democrats absolutely want Trump to win the primary. That's their strategy. And it's a dangerous strategy, I'll admit, right? The Democrats are like, Trump is a fucking loser. We beat him already. And he got smacked. Nearly every one of his like handpicked people in the midterms got their asses kicked. And Trump, of course, lost while Biden did what? Sat in a basement on Zoom calls doing nothing? Letting Trump just lose his own election?
Yeah. Well, Biden let the media run his campaign for him, largely. Like come on.
No. All you got to do is let Trump go on a mic and he'll lose the election for you. That's what Trump does. Trump, right now, they did a poll. 60% of America likes this trial and 40% doesn't. I think that poll result has nothing to do with the trial. I think it's 60% of Americans don't like Trump and 40% do. And that's what's up.
It could be. I'd be interested to see like where
in the polls midterms, are so iffy. The Democrats financially supported the campaigns of the people that Trump supported. Why? Because they thought they were easy to beat, and they were right. It seemed dangerous at the time. Like, oh my God, you really want to go up against this guy? What if he wins? Every fucking one of them lost. And now
you could be right. They
want Trump. They want Trump to win the primary. Could be dangerous.
Nationally, Trump is more popular than DeSantis, so I don't get why they'd want to go up against Trump again. When DeSantis isn't as popular outside of Florida as Trump is.
I hear you. I think the Democrats are right on this. I think that no matter who wins the Republican primary, Trump, DeSantis, or someone we're not naming, they will be up against Biden on an equal footing, right? That's just coming out of the primary. There's two contenders and they both get a look. That person will be propelled to the same stage during the debates and they'll be held as an equal. So while DeSantis looks behind and weaker now, he'll be just as strong. Whoever wins the primary is going to be the guy.
That's true. Yeah, but the other guy will fall out.
Trump's got a thing.
That thing hurts him. That's why he lost last election and he got his ass kicked in the midterms.